In the corridor of a Navy hospital not long ago, a couple of sailors took a last look around them and said, "So long, guys, we're shoving off." Call them Benny and Bud, but you can fill in any name you wish, for they represent tens of thousands of men. And what they were remembering was a chapter in their lives that would never be forgotten. And here's the story. It's no top secret where this combat area is, for one of you will probably recognize it, the Marianas. The road that you came over might have been better or it might have been worse. In any case, the road to a field hospital is always pretty rugged, as if I'm telling you anything. Yet what you needed for treatment you got. The man who bent down over you was an expert. And from that instant, you weren't just a serial number on a tag, you were $1 million patient, headed for what really is the finest treatment the whole world affords. From the second you reached them, you were on the voyage to recovery. When a man's on his back, he begins to do a lot of thinking. The home, the girl, friends, but 1,000 men have 1,000 thoughts. One thing that you do know for certain is that you're on your way back. For some, that means the States. Everywhere now, strong and friendly hands are reaching out to help. The hands of the corpsmen and the doctors and the nurses who staff the hospital ship. Some of you board under your own steam. But if you got it bad, a Navy plane saves days or weeks in getting you to hospital. For it is the special pride of the Navy's Bureau of Medicine and Surgery that nothing on the earth shall be spared to set you on that recovery cruise. For the Navy takes care of its own. So one day you arrive at a naval hospital. No sensible person loves a hospital, of course, but these are modern down to the last detail. They exist for just one purpose, to return Americans to their shipmates or to civilian life, whole and sound in mind and body. Day after day, the ambulances bring in patients, keeping the hospitals filled with men from every part of the naval services. Sailors, Marines, Coast Guard, officers and enlisted men. Many are wounded and some just sick. The illness of others is sometimes hard to see. Here, for example, are Bud, whom we met before, and Benny from Brooklyn.
Hi.
Have a cigarette?
No, thanks. I got me mittens on.
How about a drag?
Oh, thanks. Say, that's the same brand of cigarettes me Skipper smokes.
Yeah? I guess you and Skipper are pretty good pals, huh?
Skipper got along with me okay.
Yeah. I suppose you and your Skipper are just like that.
Nah, not like that. Like...
The great rule under which they live, doctors, nurses, corpsmen, and corpswaves, is pinned down in just 2 words: to help. The medical officer in charge is now your commanding officer. And because medical men are forever hunting for the secrets of illness, from the skipper on down, everyone is interested in each one of you. It is a fact that not many civilians outside of millionaires could afford the treatment given you. It is called rehabilitation, and it means a whole lot more than just patching you up or dosing you with pills. And it might be explained like this. Remember when you were a kid, the time you didn't feel good, and Mother had called in the family doctor? You didn't know very much about doctors then, and you didn't think very much of the whole deal. You'd rather not have any. Yet, because the doctor was a man who really was a top-notcher in his profession, he began at once to study your special case. Mother was your nurse and corpsman. A bad fever, nothing worse. But that didn't stop Mother from worrying, and it didn't make you enjoy being sick either. But her job, she knew, was to take care of you. And your job, you knew, was to get well and get back to your pals at school. As you started to get well, staying in bed became a pain in the neck. So the doctor, knowing this, prescribed modeling clay and books. Sickness is partly in your attitude, so these things were added to the medicine. That's what we now call rehabilitation. When you could get up a little while each day, the doctor recommended exercise. But when he said exercise, he wasn't fooling. She caught you when you stalled, and for your own good, she kept you at it.